Alright, so here's going to be my porch project for the winter. Thanks to a poor design when this was built back 40-50 years ago. We got some major block, the corners are cracking. It's all rotten. You can see they just stacked the block up. They didn't actually mortar anything in. The posts weren't pressure treated. If you look that way, you can see every single one of them are leaning slightly a different direction. Even this one's beginning to separate here. We've got a major crack here. Just all kinds of stuff. So we're going to remove all of these eventually and show you how it goes, how I get it done from start to finish. And see you then. We're going to start tearing it apart so we can get to it. One of the first things we're going to do is we've got to take off all this so I can remove this board so I can have a nice firm base to be able to lift the roof up. So first thing is going to be demo, and we'll move on from there, and then we'll brace and lift the roof. Okay. Cut a bird's mouth to match the angles up there to help with the support. Nothing's nailed in, just temporarily sitting there while I'm ready. I had to cut them a foot off the end to give them the proper length, and this is kind of what I have found. Like yeah, that's not supporting anything. There's the old timbers. You can see somebody scabbed on a new one. So this has been fixed before, but we're going to fix it right. Same thing under here. Nothing. Yep, that's what we got going on. Same thing with here. I'm afraid to move them. So yeah. So now we're going to go ahead and jack it up, level it off, and put these braces on. I went ahead and cut these. I'm going to drive one of these beside each one of those posts and then nail them together once everything's in. I didn't waste any money buying these. My local building supply company gives me these because they go underneath the pallets of whatever they have delivered on the trucks. Same thing with this. This is what I'm calling my saddle. It's the exact width of the header right in here. That way I can have something to push against and it's not going to slide around. I made two of them. The other one's not as pretty. That way I have something firm to lift up, because I don't know what's inside of there. I know the trusses run that way and that's about it. So I don't know what's supporting it up in there. All right, also, I'm just going to throw this out there. It was cheaper for me to go to Harbor Freight and buy these 212 low profile industrial jacks with a 20% coupon than it was for me to rent two 12-ton low profile jacks, once to lift it up and once again to lift it up and sit it back down on the new posts. So you guys might want to consider that. That'll save you a couple bucks here. Plus you got, a couple of nice jacks. Here we are. Everything's jacked up, braced. Column's gone. Yeah, you can actually move these substantially. Yeah, that looks totally safe. Yeah, the only thing that was keeping these in place was just the weight of the roof. So, columns are gone. Now we're going to move on to removing the deck itself. And something else. Little note on these jacks. You're even better to buy them because you can leave them in place. You don't have to take them down and run them back to the rental store. You can just leave them there till the end of the job. So I'm even happier now that I bought those. All right. I cut with the circular saw several passes to separate all the individual beams to themselves. Now I punched out a couple little skylights. That way I'm going to cut in between. That way, instead of having a huge mess, I can just pull it out in large sections and stack it up. At least that's the plan. I've already removed the trim piece that was on the house. Plan worked. Today's a good, right now it's a good stopping point, better than any. Because all those had to be removed individually. So that'll be very time consuming. I want to clean up all the trash and all that. And it's just getting late. Time to put away the tools. Be done for the day. Here's how everything's stacked up, all nice and neat. Much better than a large pile of 50,000 pieces. All right, so here we are. We got the majority of the wood all removed, all clean. The only thing we have left to do is there's a little bit of rot right here along through here, and this board is split. And then over here there's a little bit of rot. But fortunately there's enough room to cut right here to right here, and that's less than 8 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that rotten out, and then we should be done. All clean now. I raked up all the wood and the debris, fixed that part up there with some pressure treated lumber. So now all the wood is clean. All right, morning update. Next day, had a guy come in with a small compact backhoe, pulled out the walls. I had him pull out the footers from the old existing columns. We had a lot of rain, record amounts of rain. So just waiting for everything to dry up. That way I can go ahead and drill the holes for the posts. I did leave the jacks in place just because I'll clean all that up when it's all done. But there's how much it ended up being. That's a Ford F550, and I can tell you from delivering gravel that that's probably about 4 tons worth of debris. So there's the aftermath of the lawn. So it's just the nature of it. I'll fix all that in the spring. I made the mistake of not reserving a piece of equipment, so now I'm having to dig the holes by hand. There's one, 3 more to go. The only reason why I didn't reserve the equipment is because I didn't know when I would exactly need it. But it's kind of slow going, and the water's drained out, and that's just where things are. So continue on to dig the holes. Hole number 1, hole number 2, hole number 3, hole number 4. Yay! Done. Now I got to run to the home improvement store and get some solo tubes so I can build it up slightly above ground level, and go ahead and get the concrete poured for today, or placed for today. That way it can begin to cure while we still have good weather. I didn't make a video about pouring the concrete and all that because bad weather was moving in, and like I said, I just really quickly wanted to get it done. We're going to get the metal brackets in today, and hopefully we'll get the 6x6s up today. All right, so here we are, columns up. Cleaned up. It's good. Next thing is to tear down the block. There and there. And then we're going to start with the ledger board and all that good stuff. We're also going to fill in these holes. This hole apparently was made by the people who tried to fix it before. Instead of fixing it right, they chopped a hole through there just to drag materials through. So here we are much later. Got the holes patched. Please disregard my shoddy masonry skills. That one's patched. The walls are torn down. And that one's torn down. Tomorrow I'll put up the ledger board and begin the framing. And if you can't tell from the grass in the background, it's been about 6 months since I've been able to get back to this. Alright, here we are. The base framing is done. Now I gotta put my 2x6s in between. And that's pretty much it. And we're a little bit farther along. I forgot to record underneath when I put all the 2x6s in. So there's a shot from underneath. I wish I would have remembered. I've got half of the decking boards on, but I don't have them trimmed off to length through here. So we'll trim them off when we get to that step, but sure, moving along slowly but surely. All right, got all the decking boards on, all trimmed off. Looking good. All the way across. Next will be handrail. All right, some time has passed. We have these the 6x6s in now for the handrails. Yep, everybody's gotten older. The leaves have fallen off the trees. And now we're going to get started on handrails. But I got to put these down in here because I forgot to do that when I was putting the decking in. So we'll work on that and then go on from there.
Why?
Because that's what we're doing.
But why?
All right, finally complete. All the balusters in, railing, Christmas lights. All good and solid. One year from beginning to end. And just so everybody knows, that's how I did the time lapse. Just a 2x4 nailed into the ground with a GoPro stuck on. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching.